me just be very, very frank with you. When I actually took a look at this opportunity for myself with Legal Shield, I was pretty skeptical. You know, I see a lot of people that get started up in side business projects or starting a business for themselves from home. And you see people that succeed. You also see people that don't succeed. So my question was, could I really fit this into my life without interfering with what my already busy schedule looked like? And could I succeed with it? Would this be something that I could do? And you know, as I dug into it, I started to realize, you know what? There are so many people out there that are not even willing to give it a shot. And if you always miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And I knew I didn't want to stay on that same treadmill with real estate the rest of my life. So I knew I needed to do something. When I actually took a look at this Profiles of Success book that comes out every year from Legal Shield, and it profiles all the literally several hundreds of people that are actually having success in this business from every background, from every walk of life, people that had backgrounds similar to mine, that were already making six-figure incomes from home with no employees, no overhead, no insurance, no leasehold improvements, no boss, no commute, no stress. When I saw that they could do it, I said, you know what? I can do this too. They had smiles on their faces, they had financial freedom, they had time freedom. I wanted that. And they were willing to teach me and show me exactly how to do it. I said, hey, I have nothing to lose and all to gain by giving this a shot. And I'm so glad I did. What I'm going to share with you right now comes with a little element of risk, okay? Because I don't want you to think that I'm trying to impress you with what I'm going to share with you right now, but more so, I kind of want to impress upon you the opportunity that truly is available for anybody that wants to join this company and build themselves a successful business. Legal Shield has given me the opportunity to be able to build a business that afforded me this amazing $1 million home in the beautiful Annapolis area. It's got everything in the house that I've ever wanted. It's got the gym in the basement. It's got a movie theater. It's got a 3-car garage with my dream cars in it. It's got a hot tub, a deck, and it's enabled me to be able to buy property down in the Turks and Caicos Islands, where I've got a piece of property that's got a panoramic view right on the point, overlooking the most pristine waters that I've ever seen in the entire world. It's enabled me to have the opportunity to travel. I've been able to go to England, Ireland, Scotland, France, Egypt, Israel, Turkey, Greece, Cayman Islands, Hawaii, Cancun, Bora Bora. I mean, I've been able to travel the world. And amazingly, every time I went while I was in Legal Shield, I came back home and I had actually gotten daily deposits from Legal Shield every single day when I was out of the country. Now, the part of my story with Legal Shield that affects my heart the most is giving back to the charities and tithing to my church, but also when I bring it back to home, I'm a single dad. And being able to spend the time with my 6-year-old son, Talon, is priceless. It's way more than the money. It's just an opportunity to be able to be a dad. You know, a lot of parents out there, they're working so many hours. They're not able to be on the field trips. I go on every field trip with my son. I'm able to take him to Disney World a couple times a year. He's spent several times down in Turks and Caicos for several days at a time down in the Caribbean islands. And just the opportunities that I have as a father, as a parent, is just absolutely priceless. I mean, the way I look at it, where else other than Legal Shield can you go out and have fun, help people, and make money all at the same exact time? Thank you very much, Darnell. What a huge need for these prepaid legal services. And where there's a huge need, there's always a huge opportunity. Let me ask you a simple question. Could you use more income, or could you use more time freedom? Stupid questions, right? I mean, who could say no to those questions? Let me share with you my story because I think you probably can relate. My background was actually in real estate, and I was making a great income, but I was also working 7 days a week, 8 to faint. I had no time for family, I had no time for friends. I basically was working nonstop. And I was actually introduced to this information several years ago by an individual that I was trying to hire to come work for our family real estate company. And he shared with me this concept of prepaid legal. And I said, quite frankly, look, I'm 28 years old. I don't need legal services. I'm certainly not going to prepay for them. I'm not interested. But thankfully, he didn't leave it at that. He made sure I had a chance to see what I was trying to say no to. And when I saw this simple presentation, I said to myself, I'd be crazy not to have this service for me to use in my life. So I said, I'd be an idiot not to sign up. I signed up on the spot. But then he changed my life by asking me a powerful question. And I know it sounds so cliche, change your life, but simply, he said, Brian, do you understand the concept of residual income? I said, of course. He said, would you have it in your life? I said, no. He said, Brian, you don't get it then, because if you did, you go through a brick wall in order to get some. I said, all right, explain what you're talking about. He said, Brian, when you stop selling houses, you stop getting paid. He said if people at their jobs stop going to work, they stop getting paid. But he said residual basically means you do something one time, yet you get paid over and over and over and over again for what you did once. He said, knowing that, would you rather get a couple $1,000s once for selling a house or get paid $5 every time the person opened and closed the front door? See, that would be a predictable, reoccurring revenue that would keep coming in long after you're done working and sitting under a palm tree. And when I understood what he was sharing with me, I said, you know what, I've got to have this residual income in my life. So I decided to get involved on the marketing side with Prepaid Legal Services, which is what I get to share with you right now, is how you can personally position yourself in front of two of the biggest trends sweeping North America right now as we speak for you to be able to profit. So how does this work? You become what we call a marketing associate. The company sets you up with marketing materials, training materials, set up a website for you. So all your job is to do is go out and start spreading the word that these services exist. When somebody says, hey, look, I want this for me or for my family, they basically fill out a simple application. They pay $35.95 for their first month and a $10 one-time enrollment fee. We're simply talking about a $46 transaction for a month-to-month service. Not like you're signing for this long-term contract. It's month-to-month, $46. And for each person that you go out and share this information with and they say, sign me up, they pay the $46. You're going to get paid a $103 commission. And the way that's going to work, they're going to give you $34 immediately. And then in addition to that, the balance will be paid once you fast start qualify. Now, what does it mean to fast start qualify? Well, within your first 45 days of becoming an associate, what you want to do is get 5 people signed up for the services, 5 membership sales. Here's what's incredible about that. 5 times 103, you just made $515 in the process of fast start qualifying. Or if you know other people that are overworked, underpaid, sick and tired of being sick and tired, or maybe just like you and me, just want to make more money these days, well, you can go out and introduce one other individual to become an associate into this business. Bring on one recruit as a fast start associate with a membership for themselves and go out and market 2 more memberships, what we call 3-in-1. 3 memberships and one of them became an associate, either 5 sales or 3-in-1, and you're now fast start qualified. What does that mean? You move up to the senior associate position. Now, what does senior associate mean? Well, they're going to give you a raise. They're going to add on $34 on top of your commissions. So instead of getting paid $103, you're now getting paid $138 every time you go out and tell somebody about this membership and they sign up and pay their $46. Not only are you getting an increase in your commissions, but now you're going to get paid a second form of income called overrides. See, I was very fortunate to be raised by my father, who taught me a very important business principle that most people in this country go to their grave never figuring out. He said, Brian, you can go out and sell a lot of houses and make a lot of money, but he said, would you rather work hard or would you rather work smart? He said, wouldn't you rather be the real estate broker and have hundreds of agents out there working for you and get a little piece of action off each one of their sales? Or like J. Paul Getty, one of the first recorded billionaires in America, he said, I'd rather earn 1% off the efforts of 100 people rather than earn 100% off of his own efforts. Well, if you understand that concept, what we call leverage, the company allows you to put yourself in a leverage position. Or like a broker in a real estate company gets an override when a realtor sells a house, a manager in a car dealership gets an override when a salesperson sells you a car. Well, you're going to earn an override every time somebody that you bring aboard your team goes out and markets one of these prepaid legal memberships. They're going to earn their commission, but you're going to earn an override. For example, you're a senior associate and you brought aboard Jack, Bob, Cindy, you brought some other associates on board. Every time they sign up a membership, they collect $46, they send it in, they get paid the $103. You're going to earn a $34 override on each membership that they write. So for example, between the 3 of them next week, they go out and sign up 10 memberships. 10 times 34, you just made over $340 in your pocket and you had nothing to do with the transactions. Better yet, you were down at the beach in Cancun. You at least pulled out a postcard and did what? So wrote, go guys go. I mean, you're excited because you're getting paid when you weren't even the one doing the work. Now, that's just the beginning, because guess what happens? Let's say you help 3 people on your team become senior associates like you. The company's going to make you a manager. Now, as a manager in the business, you get paid even more money. On each $46 transaction, you're getting paid $172 wired into your account. Now, here's what's amazing. The average person in America doesn't come home after an entire workday with $172. We have people in prepaid legal making $172 on their lunch break. Take somebody to lunch tomorrow, sit them down while they're eating their sandwich, show them the brochure, how the services work. When they're done, fill out their application, buy their lunch. What did it cost you, $10, $15 to buy them lunch? You made $172? But then also add $34 on top of your overrides. So as a manager in the business, let's say you go out and bring aboard Larry. Larry's a brand new associate you just brought on board. Every time Larry signs up a membership, he collects a $46, he makes the $103.
But you as a manager, you're going to earn the 34 plus the 34. You're going to earn a $69 override on every membership that Larry sends in. Okay, so you've got associates in your team that send in 10 memberships, 10 times 69. You made over $690 in overrides, and again, you were not the one who was actually responsible for transacting that business. I want to kind of stop for a second so you can think about a simple concept, because once in a while I share this information or this opportunity with somebody, and I can tell they might be a little bit hesitant because they think they're shy. But here's what's great. Let's assume that everybody watching this, you're all shy. You're shy, but Larry's not. So you tell Larry about this business. Larry goes out and signs up those 10 memberships. The company is going to still send that $690 override check to your home while you're home getting over your shyness. You guys okay with that? Or better yet, let me just break this thing way down. You're not even interested. You have no interest in prepaid legal, but the great thing about this business is perfectly designed for uninterested people. See, even though you might be sitting there not having any interest, Larry is interested in this. So you tell Larry about prepaid legal, he still goes out and signs up those 10 memberships. The company still sends that $690 override check to your home while you're home being uninterested. I'm not trying to be funny because that was my situation. The person that shared this information with me several years ago, he was obviously interested at the time, but I haven't seen him in several years. But he has still earned incredible, hundreds of thousands of dollars in override income, even though he's not even interested in personally working the business anymore. So it's not about how many people you think you can sign up, but it's about how many people that you know, and they know, and they know, and as that rolls away from you, you still get to benefit from all those override income. Now, in addition to that, if you help 3 people on your team become managers, the company will make you a director now. This gets exciting because now, on a $46 transaction, you're making $207 in your bank account. $46, $207. Name one other company in America where you generate $46 for them and they pay you any more than $5, $10, $15 commission if you're lucky, much less $207. Then add another $34 on top of your overrides. So let's say now you're a director. You're a director, you come show me the opportunity today. Let's say I'm not on board yet and the real estate market's slow. I say, look, I can definitely use the extra cash flow. I know a ton of people who want the service as well. I'm on board. I join you as a marketing associate. When I go out and start signing people up, I'm making 103. You make the 207 minus the 103, which is a $103 override in your pocket every time I send an application in. So next week I go out and sign up 10 people. What does that mean? 10 times 103? You're making over $1,000 in overrides, and that's with one of me. What if you had 10 or 100? We have people that have hundreds, and some people even thousands of people all across the United States and Canada that are out there marketing these services. So what we want you to understand is there's several ways we get paid. The first way is personal commissions. Anywhere from $103 up to well over $250 in upfront commissions for everybody that you personally sign up, depending on what your commission level is.